You know, it seems like so many days over the next several weeks we're going to be focusing on the holidays and getting you in that spirit. But if you are a woman out there, or potentially a man, you want to go into the holiday season putting your best fashion foot forward. So that brings Shanna Forrestall our way. She is happily bringing us for the first time the Fashion Expo here to
Chattanooga
town.
Fashion Expo. We're so excited to be kicking that off this year.
So, you know, we talk sometimes about the elephant in the room. This morning, Shanna, I'm going to let your jacket be the elephant in the room, because clearly you are fashion forward this morning, and that's made by a young man here in town.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to be wearing something by Jimmy Young today. It's Orshot's Customs, and as you can see, he does a lot of upcycling where he takes products, he makes them better.
I would not have thought about that being upcycling, because it looks so fashion forward, but that's what he's done.
And that's the theme of our event this year, is Generation Next. We're looking at ideas like what's coming next in fashion and how do we, you know, be environmentally conscious and things like that as we move forward.
Okay, so, you know, we are here in Chattanooga. We are not in any way the mecca of fashion, so you're bringing that to us.
Come on.
You have, you've recently relocated here, but you've got years of experience in LA where they are on that cutting edge. So what you're kind of doing, it sounds like, this is November 18 to 20.
Right.
You've got a whole 3-day event. It'll end with that
the big
coveted fashion show, runway show. But over the course of the time, there are education components for our kids too, right?
Absolutely. So I've been working with New Orleans Fashion Week for about 8 years. I'm from New Orleans originally, and then I was living in LA. But I came to Chattanooga last year and fell in love with the city and fell in love with the art scene and everything that was happening here. And I went, you know, I just see a little bit of a gap where we can have a little more fun in the realm of fashion and make this a gathering place for creatives. So we launched this event. This is our first year, but we intend it to be annual. It's 3 days. And like you said, it's everything from educational events to networking events to parties, a retail marketplace, and then it culminates with this big fashion show on Saturday, which is going to be super fun.
Okay, so I think that, you know, when you're in school, middle school especially, conformity is the key. You want to look like everybody else.
Right.
That doesn't really go away, does it? Because it seems like as we get older, we all kind of have the uniform that we're comfortable in.
I guess. I mean, what I love about fashion, what I think is changing in fashion, is fashion used to be kind of elitist, where you would think, you know, only certain people can wear certain things, or you have to have a certain kind of body to wear something.
Right.
But I think we've changed that, and I think what I love about fashion is that it is absolutely accessible to everyone. If you wake up and you're in kind of a funky mood, you can just think about, you know, how can I make myself feel better? And sometimes I know my choices for the day are going to make other people feel better.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be like, oh, wow.
Right.
You know?
Well, and it does kind of let people see your emotion.
Absolutely.
But sometimes if you're having a bad day and you put on a bright pink shirt, that boosts your mood as well.
Absolutely. So you can boost your own mood or someone else's, or just make a statement about how you're feeling, or just add creativity and joy to the world. And that's something that we can all do with our choices, like your necklace, which is beautiful.
Thank you. Okay, so let's talk about kind of the 3 days, because some of this is going to be free to the public.
Absolutely.
For other parts, there is a fee to get in, a ticket, but that goes back to benefit a great organization near and dear to your heart.
Absolutely. So we have quite a slate of events, and I highly recommend people go to the website, because I'll probably forget to say something.
Which is ChattanoogaFashionExpo.com.
Yes, ChattanoogaFashionExpo.com. We kick off Thursday, and we're going to have a kickoff party at the Moxie. And then we're going to have an industry panel with some of our visiting celebrity guests, one of which is Aaron Michael. If anybody's watching Project Runway, Aaron is on Project Runway right now. He's a dear friend, and he is coming in and and he's amazing. And he's bringing a really beautiful couture line of gowns that are insane, that he's built since he got off the show.
Those are going to be, you can go and see those and hear from him at the Moxie.
So he will be at the Moxie. He won't have his gowns there that night, but we'll have an industry panel with these guys talking about the fashion industry, how do you break in, challenges they've overcome, things like that. That's Thursday. Thursday and Friday, we're having classes, a lot of classes. I will forget to tell you details, so I'll just say classes for young girls, for teenage girls, and then for adults of all types. And those classes range from classes in color theory. Aaliyah Blake is teaching the color theory class. We're having the future of post-COVID fashion with Dr. Courtney Hammonds out of Atlanta. We're having a makeup artist come in from LA who's incredible. Her name is Meg Lauren. It's just a variety, 12 foundations of a basic wardrobe. You know, anybody that's, even if you're just a fashion lover,
right?
If you're like, I'm not in the industry, but I want to learn something, or I find this intriguing, or maybe I want to make it a hobby to upcycle or whatever, there's classes for you. The difference between building a brand or being an influencer, there's all kinds of things, all free, Thursday, Friday. Friday night is a ticketed event, but it's super special. So we're having a VIP gala. It's going to be at the Chattanooga Whiskey Event Hall, which I love. And it's a Louisiana theme because I'm Shanna from Louisiana. And it's called Royal Street Rendezvous. And we're having music, art, a pop-up fashion market with proceeds going to our nonprofit partner, which is MFA Foundation. And we're having food by Chef Kenyatta Ashford, my favorite. Louisiana food and Louisiana cocktails. And that night, everybody who's there is going to get a sneak peek at Romy Rose Couture collection, which just got back from New York Fashion Week. He's a Louisiana designer, so we're keeping our whole Louisiana theme that night.
How fun.
Yes, so that's a ticketed event.
Now,
and then,
is that a 21 or older night? Or can you come with, like, if you have teenagers, can they
teenagers can come,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
We don't recommend they get drunk.
Well,
but they
can
can come.
That's, yeah, their parents would recommend that too.
But it is definitely an adult night, and it's a dressy night. We're encouraging people to be as dressy as you want to be. You know you have a fabulous dress in your closet you have not worn since COVID.
Okay.
This is your chance to wear it.
So is it black tie, or is it
we're
just
saying
fashion forward?
We're just saying fashion forward. That way,
Okay.
anything from a cocktail dress or a jumpsuit up to, we have a lot of our people are coming just full formal because they can,
Yeah.
and because we're showing couture gowns that night.
Okay, before you get to the fashion
Yes.
event on Saturday, but you said because they can. When it comes to being comfortable in your own skin or your own
Yes.
clothes, isn't that part of it that sometimes you're kind of breaking through those barriers, but you should
Yes.
be able to be courageous if you're in your 50s and you want to do something a little bit out of the norm for you?
Yes, absolutely. I'm turning 50 next year. I know all about it. But yes, and you know that again, that's what I love about fashion is, you know, there's finally been a change in our society where we're going, hey, you know, we're all beautiful. It doesn't matter the age, it doesn't matter the color, it doesn't matter the body size, the body type. It's about appreciating the art in all of us and giving everyone access to that. And again, I hardly ever buy things new. I go to secondhand stores, I shop vintage, I thrift, I do all these things because I love that journey of finding things and putting them together.
Okay, as we segue then into Saturday and the runway show, where
Yes.
all of those are going to be not only custom made, but then fitted to the model. Talk about the importance of having clothes tailored.
Ooh, that's hugely important. Well, you know, here's the thing. You could have a beautiful outfit on, or men do this the worst. They'll have a really great shirt on or a really great jacket on, but it doesn't fit. And so it makes them look 10 pounds heavier, or it just doesn't look sleek or classy. So fitting is huge. It's huge. You're right. And luckily we do have resources here. You know, you can take, you know, people don't know this, but you can take a jacket you just bought off the rack and you can bring it somewhere and have it fit to you.
Right.
And it
So
makes
if you're
all the difference in the
shopping and
world.
you find one, if it's a size too big, buy it because if you really love it and it's worth the
Right.
investment, because then
You can get
have
things
it
tailored.
Okay,
Yes.
so now Saturday, the runway show.
So the Saturday is going to be amazing. We'll spend all the day in rehearsal because we'll be getting ready. But we have a beautiful show planned, and I'm really excited because we have everything from Chattanooga-based designers, regional designers, and people that are on a national level at this point, like Aaron Michael, who will be showing on the stage, and Romy and those guys. And then we also have some boutiques and things represented from here. We have some vintage curators represented here, and it's just a wide array of things. Everything. We have a pajama segment. We have, you know, lingerie. We have, you know, couture gowns. We have streetwear. We have upcycle. We have recycle. I mean, and almost forgot. We have design competitions that are going to be insane.
Oh, fun.
So we have one for designers, and they are doing one piece that will show what they believe the future of fashion is. That's going to be really fun. And we have prize packages, and our celebrity judges are judging that, and we'll have an audience award, so the audience gets to participate. So that's one. The second one is an artist competition, and this one's really fun, and I love this because, again, I love upcycle, recycle, but the artists will be using upcycled, recycled, and non-traditional materials to create an outfit. So these are people who don't normally design clothes. They're artists, they're painters, they're muralists, they're, you know, sculptors, and they're putting their hands into fashion and taking things and just making things out of things that could be anything, shower curtain, it could be anything.
Just like if you ever get Veranda magazine and you're having fun looking through the pictures, but your house is never going to look like that because we all have real families in our homes, you can still glean some of their ideas and add your touch in your own living room if you wish. Same is true for fashion. Some of it might be more outrageous than you're going to wear.
And that's the point of Runway, is to take risks and to show, you know, future ideas.
Okay, so before I let you run and show people how they can get their tickets, give us 3 things that we all should have in our closet as a woman. A good pair of fitting jeans?
Yes. Yes, and I would say, like, you know, it's silly, but the black dress.
Yeah.
The older I get, I used to never do black, but now I understand the power of that. Just pop in a black dress, because then the great accent piece can stand out on top of that. It could be this jacket over it, or it could be a great necklace, and then it's just you and the piece that's shine.
And ultimately, that's your goal, right? Is to make you shine, not the clothes.
Right. Unless it's like one piece, like this. You know,
Right.
this piece is the showcase here. I had a necklace on and I was like, no, it's too much. It's too much
Right.
because this jacket, as you can tell, says a lot.
Right.
But like, what a statement piece.
Right.
You know?
There will not be two of you.
No one else will be in the coffee shop with this on today. I can probably guarantee
But
that.
she'll get lots of stares, I'm sure, wondering, where did she come from?
Who is this?
She must be in from
What's
New York.
happening?
So here's where
Jimmy
you can,
Young, folks.
Here's where you can go to get your tickets for the Friday and Saturday evening
Yes,
events,
those are the
right?
two events that we need tickets for.
ChattanoogaFashionExpo.com.
Yes.
While you're on the website, though, look and see all the different lineups they have beginning Thursday night at the Moxie.
That's right.
Running through Saturday. If you do have kids, you yourself are fashion
Yes.
forward, you want to learn, even just observe, this will be a 3-day event for you.
Open to all ages.
All right.
And we do have an after party too, so the party doesn't stop until it stops.
Great to see you, Shanna,
You
from
too.
Louisiana.
Thank you.
Now Chattanooga.
It's fun to be here.
We're back after this.
Zaxby's Boneless Wings Meal couldn't possibly get any better. I stand corrected. The Great 8 Boneless Wings Meal with your choice of sauce, just $7.99. Only at Zaxby's.
And go big for just 80 cents more.
It's a fact. We use our internet and TV more than ever, with most of us spending nearly 7 hours a day online. So it's no wonder thousands of families are switching to Spectrum. Because most families have up to 8 connected devices, which means they need even more speed. Switch to Spectrum Internet and get the fastest starting speeds for the price. 200 megabits for just $44.99 a month, with a free modem and free security suite included. Call 833-546-4499. When it comes to TV, we're watching more than ever. In fact, 80% of us watch TV every day. Spectrum TV lets you catch all your favorite sports, news, and more live. Plus, download the free Spectrum TV app and watch on your devices. Switch to Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-546-4499. The fact is, Spectrum has the best services at the best price. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract. Call 833-546-4499.
I got hurt in a car wreck and I ain't got time to deal with a lawyer.
It's easier than you think to hire Jay and Brent at the McMahon Law Firm.
It takes us less than 5 minutes to evaluate your case.
And that free 5-minute call can mean the difference of thousands of dollars for you.
It only takes 5 minutes? Why wouldn't you call?
The initial call to Jay and Brent was just 5 minutes and they settled my case for $230,000.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call us. We're on top of it.
Call 265-1100.
Zaxby's Boneless Wings Meal is bigger and better. Bigger as in 3 extra wings. Better as in better bring your appetite. Get the meal with your choice of sauce, just $7.99. Only at Zaxby's.
And go big for just 80 cents more.
Weekend forecast you can count on from meteorologist Clay Smith.
This time of year, all of us, I think, are gearing up for Thanksgiving, having a wonderful feast around the table, but we aren't the only ones who enjoy a good meal. And this time of year, the Chattanooga Zoo shows you what the animals really like to eat. It's time for their beastly feast, and Darty Long joins us this morning to talk about that. Good to see you this morning, Darty.
Good to see you too. We're excited to be here. It's kind of chilly this morning.
I know it is kind of chilly, and you've got an armadillo with you today. Is he reptilian? I mean, does he get cold in this chilly weather, or is he?
You know, we have to keep him warm, so we're inside this morning because it's not armadillo-friendly weather this morning, but he's doing fine. In fact, he's in a little habitat that one of our interns built last year, which is just working out really well. But what's cute is he's decided to just sprawl out, and armadillos sprawling are different because I'm going to pick him up here and show you what he does when, there he goes. When he actually sees danger coming, this is what he does. Isn't that fabulous? He
Look
can just
at him.
I know, and he's the only armadillo species that can curl up into a complete ball. And you have to be careful because right here on the side where he's sort of hinged, he'll pinch your little finger if you're not careful. So he's a new animal for our zoo. This is Tonka. He came to us from the Potawatomi Zoo in South Bend, Indiana. So he's really a new, brand new animal for us.
Okay, I have 2 questions for you. One, is he a baby?
No, he's full grown. This is as big as he'll get. This is a 3-banded armadillo, as opposed to the 9-banded that we are now seeing all over Tennessee. They've migrated this way, I guess that's the right term, and so now we have armadillos right here in Tennessee.
Okay, I want to talk to you about the beastly feast for a minute, and then if we have time, I'll ask you more questions about the armadillo. But I mean, this one, the beastly feast, is not 100% kid-friendly, right, Darty?
You know, and it depends on your family, but you're right. We caution people because because what we do is, because it's after hours, we feed some of the items that we would use for enrichment when people aren't around. And that includes bones, carcasses, full like chickens, that kind of thing.
Wow.
They're all non-living, so there's no killing going on, if you will.
Okay.
But it can still be just a little bit gory for some folks. So we like to caution, even though it is family friendly, although some kids are fascinated and really love seeing it. You know, and this little guy, even though he's not carnivorous, he is an insectivore, and he will eat like mealworms and things like that. So some of the smaller animals will get a little bit different treats.
But you know, I think it's a good reminder that everything in the world has its place. So if we begin to lose insects, for example, that's going to have that ripple effect to hurt the animals that eat those insects.
No, you're absolutely right. And, you know, it's really interesting to see, for instance, the cleanup animals like the buzzards and the vultures also have an important role. And we have a vulture who really enjoys a good carcass.
So, okay, my question for you about the armadillo, my only experience personally with armadillos, I have a brother who lives down the Savannah area. And I remember seeing an armadillo down there, but it was huge. This little guy
they're bigger. This is a smaller one for sure. The ones around here are larger, but I guess they have to have room for all 9 bands. But they're a little bit larger. There's over 20 species of armadillos in South America and in Central America, and now in North America, of course, too. But the 9-banded is the only one that's common in North America.
So I think you said that one of them, either the 9-banded, is it the 9-banded that we're beginning to see then in Tennessee?
Yeah, they actually started migrating from Texas through Arkansas. They were first in West Tennessee, and now you can see them, unfortunately, in the way that we often see opossums, because they do try to cross roads and things like that. So you'll occasionally see one, which to me is still kind of a strange sight.
If you should see one in your neighborhood or your yard or anything, is that an indicator of something? Like,
not really. You know, they're really just there looking for food, and it's like I said, they usually eat grubs and bugs and all things like that, so they're really not a problem. They do dig and burrow a lot, though, so they can kind of dig up your yard if you're really excited about your landscaping.
Okay, so point, I've got like a minute and a half left. Point to his head, Darty.
It's right here. Oopsie.
Yeah. And those are his little feet. He just poked them back in.
Yes, he is completely, now he's really tight.
Look
but
at
I'll
that.
set him back down gently, and he might show us. He actually looks like he's walking on tiptoe. There it goes, and there's those wonderful digging claws out there. They're just such unique animals. You know, that's one of the things we like about having this kind of animal at the zoo is it's something that you can get up close and learn a lot about, and he's really unique, so the kids that haven't seen one, and he does so many different things. He's so different to other animal species. You know, in other words, you don't see, you know, most animals we know don't curl up into a ball to protect themselves, nor do they have this lovely armor. And I just love his little head plate. I think that's awesome.
I think it's cute too. The little fur, the hairs underneath him, is that to feel?
Exactly. Well, I tell you, we're going to have to hire you here if you ever decide to leave Channel 3. You know a lot about animals. But yeah, for sure, we want people to come out and see this, support the zoo. It's our November fundraiser, and it's November 19th from 6 till 8 p.m. Again, all ages. There's special member prices. But go online at chatzoo.org. Sorry, I don't know my website. Chatzoo.org.
And while you're going online to get your tickets for Beastly Feast, think about buying a membership as well. Get some early Christmas shopping done, because it's a great thing to tuck under the tree. If you've got grandchildren or just for your own kids to have that family membership, it's a great deal.
You are absolutely right. We hope lots of people will do that for us this year, and come down to the zoo and visit. Holiday Lights coming up in December.
Thank you, Darty. Stay warm.
Seems like CBD stores are popping up on every corner. Make sure you choose a knowledgeable vendor you can trust, like the Hemp House. Choose from products that are locally sourced from farmers we work with directly. Our friendly staff will help you find the right product for you. The Hemp House on the North Shore, Eastridge, and Ooltewah.
If you have psoriasis, it's time to see the possibilities with Taltz. Up to 90% of those with moderate to severe psoriasis saw a significant improvement. Some even saw 100% clear skin. Don't use if you're allergic to Taltz. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. Increased risk of infections and lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about infections, symptoms, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop, worsen, or if you had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Ask your doctor about Taltz.
From little to big, head to toe, near or far, we are right here to be right there for you.
It's been my pleasure.
When you're ready to talk Medicare, we're ready to listen. We'll take time to answer any questions you have and guide you through our all-in-one Medicare Advantage plans. Whether you're new to Medicare or just looking at your choices, we're here to help you understand the process and make the best decision for you. We'll walk you through our plan options with no monthly premiums, no deductibles on medical or pharmacy, plus dental, vision, and hearing aid coverage. Give you a wide choice of doctors and hospitals with no referrals required. Provide a fitness membership at no extra cost, and more. Because being right here for you means we're ready to help you plan for now and for what's next. Visit us online or call us at 888-902-2321.
When it's time for a road trip, you never want to leave your best friend behind. But what if your pet isn't excited about going and it's not even from your driving? The Hemp House has a variety of products for dogs as well. Visit hemphousechat.com for more information.
Each month, it seems, has kind of a designated awareness to it, and often there are multiple things in one month. There certainly are. In the month of October, Matthew Gidney is here with the Epilepsy Foundation of Southeast Tennessee, because October happens to also be, or is it November?
It's November, yeah, it's November.
Awareness Month.
Yes.
So he's projecting ahead. I'm the one still stuck in the month of October. Great to see you.
Oh, great to see you.
Let's focus on the keyword awareness here for just a minute, because as we talk, think a little bit about the layers of complication here for a person's life when you get an epilepsy diagnosis, because it is not just the condition itself, and it affects the whole family.
No, you're absolutely right, and I think you're right to use the term layers, because when you first hear someone has epilepsy, when you first hear that you're diagnosed with epilepsy, you may think like, hey, this is, you're going to take a pill, you'll see a doctor, no big deal. The truth is, there's no cure for epilepsy. And generally speaking, people have to go through a huge trial and error process to find a treatment plan that actually works for them. One of the things that makes this so tricky is that we're actually not sure what causes epilepsy in about 70% of cases of epilepsy. So that means 7 out of 10 people, they get diagnosed with epilepsy and their doctor can't tell them this is where it's coming from, this is why it's happening. And so what that means is it's hard to figure out how to treat it.
Just the fact that what you said about there is no cure, in today's world, that's a difficult thing to accept, because medicine has come so far. There are so many cures. How difficult to know that what you are dealing with, you just have to find a way through.
You have to find a way through, and I think that's a huge source of frustration. Like when you put yourself in the shoes of someone who has had epilepsy maybe for 10, 12 years, they've had multiple different brain surgeries, which brain surgery is no joke. That's a very taxing thing to go through. And when you add onto that all the side effects of the medicines that you're trying, you're adjusting the dosages, and some of the common side effects include lethargy, trouble with memory, sometimes there's depression associated with it. That's a lot to go through when you stack it year on year on year.
Right.
And it does end up impacting the rest of the family as well, the ripple effect of epilepsy is much wider than people realize.
So you didn't come on just to say, gee, this is a difficult thing to be diagnosed with, but it is, I think, very important to lead with that kind of, because there are most of us watching today don't live with epilepsy. It is still a rather rare condition, isn't it?
Sure. So 1 out of every 26 people in the United States will develop epilepsy at some point during their lifetime. So it's actually much more common than a lot of people realize. Because 1 every 26, at some point in their life, that's a lot of people
So the way our human nature tends to work, I think, is if you see somebody with a problem, you find that way to be empathetic. But with epilepsy, you don't physically see a difference in that person, so it's easy to forget their daily struggle.
Oh, absolutely, and I think that is something that happens, when you're talking about being categorized as a disability, like say in a school or work setting. Sometimes it's not necessarily taken seriously by people because they're like, oh, well, you look perfectly fine.
Right.
When, you're not noticing all those side effects they're dealing with, when you don't know that the absence seizures they're having, they're having seizures, but it might not be visible to you.
Right. So in the month of November,
yes,
you do have quite a few things that you're doing. One of them is a walk.
Yes,
right?
That's kind of the central piece of November for us. So on November 13th from 10 to 1, we'll be at Renaissance Park. doing a 1 mile walk along the Tennessee River there. There'll be games and activities, snacks. It's a great place to come out, wear your purple shirt, and meet other people who are dealing with epilepsy, who just want to help raise awareness. It'll be going on around the same time there, that same weekend as the Chattanooga Marathon. So if you want to kind of be in on the action, we'll be down there.
They can run, you can walk.
That's right, exactly. So if you're not looking to do a marathon, come do a mile, a very casual walk with us.
Yeah.
Get to know us. We'll be handing out flyers. It's a great place to meet people. And then if you can't make it to that, or even if you can, you want to do more, we have events going on all throughout the month. If you go to our website, www.epilepsy-setn.org. You can see a breakdown, a schedule of all the different things we're doing throughout the month. There'll be give back nights at places like Moe's and Nothing But Cakes.
Nice.
We'll have coffee meetups at Be Caffeinated every week.
Nice.
And we'll even actually have a concert at Wanderlinger Brewing in conjunction with Be the Change, a nonprofit here in town, where you can come hear some live music and help support the foundation on November 18th.
The fact that it is the Epilepsy Foundation of Southeast Tennessee implies that there are people from all around the area who are benefiting from your resources, and for not all of them, a neurologist is close by, right?
That's very true. And I mean, so we have one epileptologist here in Chattanooga. That means that, a lot of the surrounding area, you've got to go up to Nashville to get treatment, to go down to Emory there in Atlanta. So sometimes people have to make a pretty long trip. We have some great neurologists here in Chattanooga that we value and work with. But the truth is there's a lot of people with epilepsy, and not always, sometimes the wait time to see somebody can be longer than you'd expect.
In terms of, anybody, child or adult, but child specifically, if you have a young child or a teenager who maybe has a friend who's epileptic, are there some words you could offer of ways to support and encourage that friend?
Well, one thing to think about is, again, you don't always see what seizure activity they're dealing with. You don't necessarily know what all the side effects are. Realize that they may feel discouraged by the fact that there may be things that they're not getting to participate in that they may want to. So anything you can do to be there for them, understand that, hey, maybe they're tired today and they need some rest.
Yeah.
This comes up, say, in a classroom setting. We tell this to teachers all the time.
Right.
It might be that student is the hardest working student you've ever met, but they may need to take some downtime here and there. And just being sensitive to those things, having those conversations with them, realizing that epilepsy is something we can talk about. It's not something that we should brush under the rug and be hush-hush about.
Right.
It's common, and the more we talk about it and are aware of it, the safer we all are and the more comfortable, hopefully, someone with epilepsy will feel.
I am glad that you were able to share 1 in 26. I did not realize the number was quite that high. As you told me before we got on the air, there was a time when we just didn't know how to diagnose it.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of times in the past, people with epilepsy, it got misdiagnosed as any number of different things, and it was just sort of ignored.
Well, it's not ignored anymore.
Not anymore.
So November is Epilepsy Awareness Month. It is important to remember that someone who you may know very well is still struggling with something they've never revealed to you.
That's right.
And they need that support and encouragement. So think about signing up for the walk, be part of the other fun events going on. You can access all of it at their website, epilepsy-setn.org.
That's right.
Thanks, Matthew.
Thank you.
You must be here for the Jack's Chicken Sandwich Trio.
How did you guess?
Oh, just a hunch.
There's more to love with Jack's Chicken Sandwich Trio. The Southern Fried, fan favorite spicy, and new cheesy bacon chicken sandwich, all with fries. Jack's, all about the South.
The Hamilton County Schools Kids First coupon book is on sale now, and as always, is packed full of great deals. And it's still only $10.
Stop by Ace Hardware or First Horizon Bank and get your Kids First coupon book today.
I got hurt in a car wreck, but hiring a lawyer sounds like such a hassle.
It takes us less than 5 minutes to evaluate your case.
And that free 5-minute call can mean the difference of thousands of dollars for you.
A 5-minute phone call? Now that's easy.
We're on top of it.
West Yellowknife Trading Post has everything under the sun. Half-inch plywood just $24.50 a sheet. Heat pumps and AC units from $15.75. Don't pay big box prices. But hurry, limited quantities available. You better get it when you see it at West Yellowknife.
Tiramisu. Ooh, tiramisu.
Or save up and eat tiramisu in Little Italy.
The lights of Broadway. Wait, did I pay the light bill? Tiramisu.
Region's convenient new ways to track your transactions make it easier to get back to the moment.
West Yellowknife Trading Post has everything under the sun. Save hundreds off freestanding tubs. 2-piece bath shower inserts as low as $5.79. Don't pay big box prices. But hurry, limited quantities available. You better get it when you see it at West Yellowknife.
To all the pet project starters, weekend gardeners, rollover artists, and kitchen a la cartists, there's a new lifestyle destination for your next inspiration. Bam! Dabble. Go there. Do that.
Watch on Channel 3.2 or on cable.
You must be here for the Jack's Chicken Sandwich Trio.
How did you guess?
Oh, just a hunch.
There's more to love with Jack's Chicken Sandwich Trio, the Southern fried, fan favorite spicy, and new cheesy bacon chicken sandwich, all with fries. Jack's, all about the South.
We are all gearing up for that fun Christmas shopping season, and I'm going to definitely say fun because we're going to have a great one this year, right? It's wonderful this morning to introduce you to the newest jewelry store in the Chattanooga area, Henry's Jewelers. Wendy Shoemaker is the owner. This is Marissa Ann Shriver, who is the manager. Good to see you both.
Yes, good morning. Good morning.
I paused on your names because I've had too much fun looking at the jewelry. It's beautiful, the selection you brought.
Yeah, every piece in the store was handpicked by Wendy and I, and we brought some pieces for you to look at today.
So I was looking around, and you'll just, as you will, when you go into the store, you'll make honest observations. And I said something not intending to touch on a focal point of yours, but I did anyway. I was looking at the beautiful colored stones that you have, and I said, I love the design of these because they're actually wearable. They're not such statement pieces that you'll just have to wear them occasionally.
Yeah, they're not thrown in your face, but they're still delicate, and you can wear them all the time because they're structurally made the way they're supposed to be.
Okay, let's talk about that structurally made the way they're supposed to be. You both enjoy the customization of jewelry, so that's something you pride yourself on.
Yes, we pride ourselves on handpicking everything in the store, but not only that, but all of the rings you see here can be made in any color gold, platinum, palladium. They can be made to fit any shape or size center stone. And it doesn't even have to be a diamond. It could be a sapphire, a ruby, or an emerald.
You've probably seen this over the years, that people can come into the store and they might be one of two types of people, either very confident because they know that they've got the check to write and the experience to go with it, or they're a first-time person, they don't know the lingo, maybe their budget's not as great.
Correct.
Everybody can shop your store.
Everyone can shop our store. We have engagement rings that start at $500, and they go all the way up if you want them to.
Education's a big part of it, though, isn't it, Wendy? I mean, you want people to understand what they're purchasing?
Yes.
So is your staff trained in that, and as part of what you do, pull out, like, do you ask your customers a lot of questions? Is that how you get the right result for them?
Yes. Yeah, we ask them, what brings them in, what they're looking for about the person they're buying for, because that tells you more than anything. When you have someone come in, what do they do for work? What do they do on a regular basis? Are they a stay-at-home mom? Are they a nurse? All of that factors into what ring they should be picking.
Okay, so this is not to cast aspersions at anybody, but I had said to Wendy, I think that you're a bit unusual as a woman owner in the jewelry business. It is often a male-dominated field, right?
Yes, it is.
By the way, they're not going to reveal to me the secret behind the name Henry, but there is apparently a meaning behind it that we will not know. But just to the points you were making, Marissa Ann, about the questions you're asking, that's a total woman thing.
It is. Well, not only jewelry is one of the most emotional purchases anyone will buy. Every piece of jewelry holds a special memory, and that is what we want to create at Henry's.
That's really true. It does hold a special memory.
Yep.
So are you seeing a trend too? I know that we're coming into engagement season, and I want to talk about your rings, but are you finding that more and more women are purchasing jewelry for themselves?
It's a mix. It's 50-50. A lot of women will come in and shop first, and then they will bring their significant other with them to then shop again.
Right. Okay, so talk about what you brought. All of these are these platinum, or is this white gold that we're seeing?
So a lot of it's kind of a mix. A couple of them are platinum and a couple of them are in white gold. We wanted to bring a mix of everything.
They're from a looks perspective, it's indistinguishable, really.
Yes.
But a price point is very different.
Yes. So these can be made at any price point you want them to be made. The rings you see here on the black, we actually partnered with a designer, and she has created this line specifically for our store. So these are unique to here to Chattanooga.
So you were talking about asking things like, what does she do for a living? So for example, the mount on this one is much higher
Correct.
than on this one.
So someone who maybe doesn't work with their hands all day, every day, this would be a better pick for them. Because if you're working with your hands, you're knocking your ring around, you want to make sure it's safe.
Right.
You want to make sure it's secure, because this is supposed to last you forever.
Mm-hmm.
If you wear something like this, this would be better for your everyday worker, maybe even a nurse. Most of them don't wear their jewelry to work, but if they wanted to, this would be more secure for them to wear it.
Okay, what about the size of your hands? The logical thing would be if you have small fingers, you might think you should go with a smaller setting.
No.
I knew you were going to say that.
That is a myth, and we'll just disprove that right now. The bigger, the better. And every person is different. Some people prefer size, and some people prefer quality. And sometimes you have to pick one or the other, but sometimes you don't.
Okay, talk about some of the trends you're seeing. I was talking with someone earlier about a fashion expo that's coming to town and the classic things that every woman should have in her wardrobe.
Yeah.
There are just some things that women need or would like to say that they can have. A pair of diamond stud earrings is one of those.
Correct, yes. So a pair of diamond stud earrings with like a matching pendant or a ring. It's a full set of jewelry. You couldn't go wrong with that. It gives you a twist on your classic, but your vintage, and you could pair it with anything. Dress it up, dress it down.
I love all the precious stones. Emeralds happens to be my birthstone.
Okay.
But Kate Middleton and Princess Diana before her really kind of ushered in the fun of having colored stones.
Yes.
With their sapphires. You're seeing that too sometimes in engagement settings, aren't you?
Yep. We see a lot of color. We see a lot of, rubies and sapphires, even emeralds. The movie Crazy Rich Asians ushered in our emerald phase, and we love it.
So your grand opening November 12th.
Yes.
I'm sure you're looking to a busy season ahead. Anything you want your customers to know when they come in your store?
We just want everyone to feel welcome, no matter where they come from or what they do. We want you to come in and check out the store and see what we have to offer.
I had asked you before the cameras rolled if this had been kind of a long time dream of yours, and you both were very quick to say yes.
Yes.
Did it take a lot of conversations over the table to finally have the courage to pull it off?
Yes. Lots of late nights and early mornings and hard conversations, but at the end of the day, here we are. And our opening is November 12th.
Okay, so let's let you know where you can go to check out the selections. Remember, everything in the store has been hand-selected by the two of them. Do I have that right?
Yes.
But if you have a stone that's been in your family that means something to you and you want to see about having the setting changed or give it as an engagement gift and have that beautiful ring created just for you, because as Marissa Ann said, all the jewelry has a memory.
Yes.
You can come and create that there at Henry's. Their location and website are there on your screen. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
Y'all never have an ugly day at work either. What a beautiful setting.
You love where you live and know you're not ready for a move. Mobility at Home can build your dream bathroom with a walk-in tub or a barrier-free shower to ensure you enjoy your home for years to come. Call Mobility at Home today. We make everyday life accessible.
Far too often, people are being seriously injured and hurt because of negligent drivers distracted by their cell phones. If you've been harmed by a negligent or distracted driver, the law is on your side. Let us go to work for you.
The name you know and trust.
The holidays are around the corner, and Linderman's Furniture has an offer for you. Come by directly off the floor and stop waiting 3 to 4 months on special orders. 20 to 30% off select items, including adjustable beds, Sealy Posturepedics, hybrids, and cool gel memory foam. Nothing feels better than the other side of the pillow. We offer free delivery and free disposal of your old bedding. Linderman's Furniture, North Georgia's best kept secret.
When you've been diagnosed with cancer, waiting for an appointment or test results can feel like forever. That's why the Women's Center at Cancer Treatment Centers of America makes every second count. With appointments in as little as 24 hours, bringing together specialists in treating breast, ovarian, and uterine cancer, all under one roof with one mission: to provide the personalized care you need by treating your time as preciously as you do. Call now.
Watermark Keith, I definitely feel like they treat me like family. They go out of their way to keep you informed on things. I'm glad I used them, and I would recommend them to anyone.
The Watermark Keith difference? Call us to find out.
The name you know and trust.
Stairs are one of the leading causes of falls for seniors. Installing a stair lift from Mobility at Home relieves that worry. Mobility at Home can also make your deck or porch accessible with a vertical platform lift. Don't move, call Mobility at Home. We make everyday life accessible.
Start your morning with Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
We are going to help you plan your Saturday fun this morning, and it has nothing to do with the holidays, just some down-home fun. Evan Kennedy is here. He has hometown promotions, and he invites you to come on out to Ringgold for a day full of fun, right, on Saturday?
Absolutely. Saturday we are going to have an all-day event starting at noon. People can start coming into the grounds. We're going to have cornhole. We're going to have fishing. We're going to have all kinds of things going on. And then at 3 o'clock, we're going to start some live music. And we're just really looking forward to a great day Saturday.
Okay, the grounds are Willow Tree Farms. I'm not
Correct.
familiar with Willow Tree Farms.
Willow
but
Tree
it sounds
Farms in
beautiful.
Ringgold. Yes, it's a beautiful, if you've never been, you've got to come out and check it out. There's ponds, there's fishing, there's beautiful scenery. It is a really neat farm there in Ringgold, close to Heritage High School, if you know where that is.
Is it a working farm, or do they use it now just for events like this?
I think it's a multi-purpose farm. I think they do some things there, but also different events, weddings and things of that nature. But we're actually going to bring a pretty cool all-day concert.
Yeah, talk about that, because you're taking me back in time. I'm old enough to remember some of these acts, but they're still classic country, right?
Yes, so our headliner is the Kentucky Headhunters. They had a lot of big hits in the 90s, early 2000s. They actually just put a new album out, so go check that out. Also, the Georgia Thunderbolts will be there, and local acts, One for the Road, and the Marshall Reeves Band will also be performing there, starting at 3 o'clock and going until about 10:30 or 11, and then we're going to have a big firework finale.
Really?
To send everybody off.
I'm putting you on the spot here, but when you say the local acts, are they local to Ringgold and Catoosa County, or just this area?
They are local to this. Well, One for the Road, Zach Crumley, I believe he's from Calhoun, Georgia.
Okay.
The Marshall Reeves Band, I know those guys, I think, are more local towards like Soddy Daisy, so we're kind of incorporating the Chattanooga whole area
Well,
here.
it's amazing to me how much talent there is that comes from our dirt around here. I mean, we just grow musicians in this part of the country, don't we?
It's crazy. I mean, it is. If you watched the awards last night, it's like, oh my gosh, so many of these people are from our back door, and it really is exciting to see that happen.
So I can't remember the story behind you and Hometown Promotions, but you've really gotten your feet into this arena, Evan, and you're bringing people all the time.
We are really, 2020 was a crazy year, obviously due to COVID, but now we are planning more and more events. I think next year we are looking at, I don't want to give a number really, but maybe 10 or more events.
That's a lot.
In our area. So we really want to bring some good local music and some big names to the Chattanooga, North Georgia area. So we're doing our best. We hope people will come out and support our endeavor here.
I've had the good fortune here lately to be traveling around a little bit for some things with 3+U. So I've gone to Bradley County and down to Catoosa County and Chickamauga, and every part of our viewing area has its own feel and its own flavor. So nothing against the events coming to Chattanooga. My goodness, we want those coming.
Right.
But I think it's great that you're bringing this specifically to Ringgold, because when you come, you get that feel of that North Georgia country.
Absolutely. It is totally different. And we've got Farm to Fork that obviously this is really their event. We've just, they asked us to come on board and sponsor it, and we're thankful for that. So
now wait, when you say this is their event, nothing about the restaurant. Are they catering food?
Yes, so
there,
let's get to that very quickly. There's a general admission ticket. If you just want to come onto the grounds, it's $20. However, there are two other tickets available, a $40 ticket and a $100 VIP ticket. And those two tickets include all-you-can-eat food, drinks from Farm to Fork. They will be there selling food and drinks also if you don't want to purchase one of those tickets. But you need to go to farmtoforkga.com, and that will have all the information about tickets. It pops right up there.
So nothing goes through your website. All of it goes through Farm to Fork.
Right. For this specific event, we're going to farmtoforkga.com.
And they're known for their food. I mean, they are just like the name says. It's farm to the table.
Exactly, and it's kind of cool that we're having this on a farm, and they're going to be there with the food and the beverages, and it's really cool to do this locally.
Is there a possibility of the tickets running out? I mean, the concert is just on Saturday, so is it unlimited, or do you know?
I think we've still got plenty of tickets available. They have been picking up as we get closer, and the weather looks like it's going to be really nice, so they've been picking up the last few days, so don't wait around.
Actually, it's going to be chilly on Saturday, but I think that's fun. I think that this time of year, you want to have that sweater on and feel the breeze.
Right,
and
a little bit of fall, and you don't have to worry about the bugs and the heat and all that, so I think it'll be great.
Okay, you said that you can't project ahead too much, but next year you're looking to bring about 10 acts. Didn't you just today find out about somebody you're bringing in?
Well, just this morning, since I'm here, I wanted to go ahead and mention that at 9 a.m. we went on sale with a concert coming in May, and that is John Michael Montgomery with his brother Eddie Montgomery of Montgomery Gentry. And those tickets went on sale this morning at hometownpromotions.net.
Do you think they're going to go quickly?
Those are going to go quickly.
That's a good Christmas gift.
Absolutely, and that's why we wanted to come out right before Thanksgiving. It's a great gift for the holiday season. But I do think they're going to go quickly, particularly the VIP seats. So if you want those VIP seats, definitely jump on those this morning.
When you're booking acts like you have for this, well, I know Farm to Fork was behind it, but they asked you to help book, I guess, the acts. Are you traveling to do that, Evan, or are they learning about you and what you're doing, and are they seeking you out too?
A lot of people are seeking us out. We have to travel up to Nashville some, but we do get some, particularly from the local artists. You know, they're reaching out to us and saying, hey, what can we do to be an opener or be on this show? And we always want to try to give back to the local artists and support local musicians. Anytime we can, we want to add one of those onto the shows as well, so that's why we have those two local bands on this show Saturday.
And of course you're going to buy your tickets because you want to be the one to come out and have the good time, and that's as it should be. But as far as the artists and they give back to them, it means so much to them to play to a crowd again, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, can you imagine? I know everyone suffered during 2020, but they just totally got shut down with nothing to do. So we totally want to pick that back up and give back to those guys.
Okay, so for this one, you want to go to farmtoforkga.com.
Correct.
The tickets range from $20, $40, and then $100 for the VIP. That gets you tons of food plus all the fun.
Exactly.
Courtesy of Farm to Fork. And then go to hometownpromotions.com. .net. And that's where you can go ahead and snag your tickets for the Montgomery Gentry coming up in May.
Exactly.
Just went on sale today.
That'd be awesome.
Thank you, Evan.
Thank you so much.